your mama. Okay. I believe that YouTube is fundamentally broken because I can't find any video essays to watch on really specific, niche, random things. And that hurts me and my heart. Today I will be crocheting. I'm just kind of talking, just yapping. And I was gonna watch a YouTube video essay while I yap. Unfortunately, circumstances have made it so that I cannot. And by circumstances, I mean there's too much noise everywhere, and the world is full of noise, and I cannot focus if I listen to something, I guess, right now, because my brain that's how it works. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk and see where things go. I think there's a kind of beautiful thing about being able to start over again and completely unravel something that you worked really hard to create. I woke up in a cold sweat, in a frenzy, at 7 a.m. And the first thing I did was cut a bunch of yarn because I tried to untangle it and frog it, as they call it. And I was unsuccessful. And due to my impatience, I simply cut the yarn in all different ways because it was tangled and I couldn't untangle it, and I was frustrated, and I started cutting it at any end to see if it would unravel, and it never unraveled. And I think that's a pretty good metaphor for where I am right now in my life, in my current state of being, in my predicament, I guess. There was an interesting quote that I heard that was like, you're leaving the familiarity behind you and continuing into the unknown, and you can't go back to what you're used to, but you're not yet where you want to be, and it's a kind of limbo. And while I was unraveling, or trying to unravel this yarn that I tried to make a top, like a really cool top with bell sleeves, just like really flowy, flappy sleeves, and I was unsuccessful. It looked like shit, and it didn't turn out, and it didn't look cool, and it looked actually really ugly, and I couldn't stand the sight of it, and so I had to, in this frenzy, try my best to untangle it. And I was in this limbo with trying to cut up this shitty shrug top bell sleeved thing, and I got really impatient. I just started cutting up the yarn, and now I have a bunch of scraps of unusable yarn, or these like little bits of yarn that I can't tie together to make a longer piece of yarn. And I don't like the yarn, and I don't like that it's just sitting in my room in the corner, taunting me and my foolish ambition. All that is to say, it's okay if you don't know where you're going. I don't know. That was a really long-winded way of saying it's okay if you don't know where you're going. I am making a top, another top, not the same style of top that I failed, but in fact a different one, in which I wing it. I make and see where it goes. And so I think that it can kind of be a disaster if you don't have things planned out. And a lot of the time, you know, even if you do have things planned out, it can still be a disaster and not go as you planned. And I'm the type of person who wings things, who wings it very often. Okay, the upside to winging it is that you don't know where it's gonna go. You just do it. If it looks weird, you tweak it, and then magically, a couple hours later, you turn out with something that's really amazing, and that you're pulled together by God knows what. And then you're like, wow, I really did this thing with no skill, no instruction, no path, no plan. And I love it and it turned out great. That's one outcome. The second outcome is that it turns out completely like shit, and you've essentially wasted your time and your effort, and you feel like you can't do anything and you're incompetent. And that's the thing is, though, about number 2, is that even if you wing it and it doesn't work out, you still learn something. I think winging it has its benefits because you still learn. It gives you more experience and more kind of confidence going into it the next time. I mean, yes, I'm still winging this second top that I am trying to make, but I mean, now I know what not to do. Now I know what is going to make the project look horrible or make it dysfunctional. Now, I might not know completely. I might not know completely where, I may mess up, and there are some things I haven't learned yet from crocheting. I've only been crocheting for about a month. I don't know what I'm doing. And sometimes that's okay. I don't know. I think this was just a very long-winded explanation of trying to say that it's okay if you don't know what you're doing or where you're going. Hello? I am on photo booth. This is a photo booth on my computer. Yeah, so I showed a couple of crochet projects. Or also the audio is not working. I don't know. Like, it's not that the audio is not working. It's that I decided to record me showing my crochet stuff and talk, not realizing that my headphones were connected, so it didn't pick up any of my talking. Basically, I was saying, the top is a little weird and complex, and I made it like design brain, but like functional brain was off when I made it. So now it's like impossible to wear
comfortably, but it looks kind of cool a little. I don't know. And then I made a tote bag, and there are my two favorite colors, brown and pink, and I freaking love it. It can't carry heavy things. I'm sure of that, but I like it, and it's stylish. It's not the neatest, but I'm still learning. I am like obsessed with crocheting, kind of. And that's basically what I wanted to say. This months have been really difficult, but like very difficult. But I'm slowly starting to learn more about myself, and I feel like that's a really cool thing and new.